Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco 2. I hope you're all doing well today. Me, not so well. There's some things I need to talk to you about. Now don't worry, this only is going to affect this week's videos. It's not affecting the save, anything like that. Everything is in working order still. I just made some mistakes. So today's Monday. If we go back to Friday, I recorded a Formula 1 video there. And essentially how I record videos is I have a piece of software called OBS, which records the gameplay. It records me on the green screen, but it also records my audio as well. For Formula 1 videos, I decided this time to change things up and use a different program called Audacity to record my voice. So that was pretty simple. I just recorded my voice on Audacity instead, and I muted my microphone on OBS, which I used to record everything else. Now that all went pretty well. That was all fine and dandy. That was all pretty good. So then over the course of the weekend, I went to record this week's Football Manager videos. So all the Lincoln Loco videos, I did them all this week using OBS to record the screen, my face and the green screen, and my audio. The issue was, I completely forgot to unmute my microphone on OBS. So I've gone to edit today's video, I've come down to edit it today, and there's no audio on it. And there's no audio on any other video this week, which is quite frustrating. So basically, this is just to sort of pre-warn you that today and tomorrow's video, you're going to have the video, you're going to have me talking but no sound in the bottom. So I'm going to have to do some post-commentary on it and try and make it entertaining for you. We're going to have to deal with that, basically. But they're the final two episodes of this season of the Lincoln Loco. Obviously, there's going to be no Lincoln Loco on Wednesday, as per usual. But Thursday and Friday, that's the new season. Now, I've recorded 2 episodes of it, and we're 8 games into the season. I think, basically, I'm going to just scrap those 2 episodes and go from Game 8 or Game 9 of the season and just sort of go from there. It's not ideal, but it saves me a lot of work having to go through and do post-commentary, and it's probably going to make it a better viewing experience for you as well. If you really want me to, I can put those 2 episodes out and do commentary on them if you want me to, but I just don't really see how that's going to be that entertaining. So I think, actually, my plan is just to go from Game Week 9, which is it's my issue. I'm sorry I've ruined it for you a little bit. I do apologise, but that's what we're going to have to deal with here, I'm afraid. So that's kind of what's happened. That's kind of just a heads up of what's going to be happening this week. So I hope it's not too detrimental for you. So today and tomorrow's episodes are going to be a little bit weird, but I think you can deal with it. Just a lot of post-commentary, me talking over other things. So look forward to it. Thank you for understanding. I hope you do understand, by the way. I do apologise. Normal service will be resumed very shortly. Just bear with me. Right, here we go then. Already you can tell how much of a disaster this is going to be, as I'm saying all this, but my face on screen is saying something completely different. Look at it down there, that little stupid face. How can you forget to unmute the microphone for 4 episodes? You're an absolute waste of space. Anyway, I may as well try and take you through some results from in between episodes. We beat Newcastle 3-1 before losing to Derby 2-1. Like, that was pretty poor. How do we end up losing to Derby? That is atrocious. Anyone who loses to Derby probably forgets to unmute their microphone. We then took on Huddersfield in the FA Cup, and we beat them in extra time in classic style this season. We seem to go to penalties in extra time quite a lot, but we beat Huddersfield 2-1 to go to the FA Cup semi-finals. We were taking on Chelsea in today's episode. Before that, though, we managed to beat Southampton 4-2 at home. So brilliant stuff. Here's your lineup for the game against Chelsea. Now, I'm looking at my little preview screen right now in the editing software, and I can't read that. So you'd have to decide. I can't read it. Abel, Rendell and Pomeroy are up front. I won't be able to tell you who else is playing. Jose Pedro in goal, obviously. That's sort of a given. I think Brullinger's in defence, maybe, and Venturelli in CDM, obviously. But other than that, I'm not entirely sure, as kickoff is upon us at Wembley Stadium, of course. We're playing at Wembley here in the FA Cup. And Chelsea are top of the Premier League. We're sitting mid-table in 10th or 11th, something like that. I can't remember now, but we're about 10th or 11th. Chelsea top of the table. It's going to be a real tough game for us today to make sure we try and get to the final. But luckily, we win a penalty here in the first few moments of the game, which we're going to give to Michael Pomeroy, because if he scores it, he gets his 20th goal of the season, which is pretty magical for a player that we got on almost a free transfer. Anyway, he steps up to take his penalty, and guess what? He scores it straight down the middle. Fantastic penalty from him, and we are 1-0 up in the FA Cup semi-final against top of the table Chelsea. But remember, they're top of the table for a reason. And this lead, well, it didn't really last long. Chelsea come forward, put it in the back of the net, and it was pretty easily done by them there. Real sloppy defence from us. I wasn't particularly pleased with it. Sometimes, though, you've just got to get used to it. You can see here on the 3D highlight, though, absolutely sloppy play from us. No defence work there. No one marking their striker in the middle who can just fire it in the top corner. Fair play, it's a decent goal, but we should be doing an awful lot better there. And then moments later, they decide to go and do this. It's a great cross, to be fair, in between the defence and the goalkeeper. Their man at the far post gets it. And all of a sudden, the game's turned on its head. It's 2-1 to Chelsea. You hate to see it, and you hate to see it even more because he fouled our man in the process, I reckon. He definitely fouled our man in the process. But the 3D highlights, much similar to the previous goal, just shows you how good it actually was as they put it in the back of a net there. A superb cross from them, and that's why they are top of the Premier League table. And I tell you what, it's only going to get worse for us now. Chelsea are going to go 3-1 up. I'm not going to bother leaving this tense and surprise in there for you. They're going to go and win it 3-1 now. You can see that they've put it... I mean, that's such a wonder goal. What a fantastic effort from them there. Chelsea, they're top of the table for a reason, and they are running as ragged here in the FA Cup semi-final. And again, in the 3D actually makes the goals look an awful lot better, doesn't it? Look better than they do in 2D. But really, there's no one tackling him there. He's just allowed to run through our defence, and it's really, really poor. And this stage, we're 3-1 down, looking like we might lose. But actually, there's a lifeline as Abel scores a goal with 5 minutes to go in today's game, which is absolutely fantastic. And I'm doing some team talks now that I meant to cut out, but clearly haven't cut out now that I'm recording and watching it back. But you can see here, a great bit of play from us. And this is it, boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, the comeback is on. Are we going to get a spectacular comeback against Chelsea? I think we can do it. We're going to go to the FA Cup final. Oh, we lose it. Anyway, after that tragedy, the board decide to offer me a new contract, to which I say yes, but only if you build us a new stadium. And for some bizarre reason, the board come back after saying no for years and years and years. They say we're willing to accept your proposal to build a new stadium as part of the club's vision. So boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know why I said that twice in today's episode. That's a little bit weird of me. I go and sign a new contract after that as well. You know, I take a nice pay cut as well to help the club out with the new stadium and things like that. But we've got a new stadium on its way. Now currently they're in the planning phase for a year. So we're not going to know anything about the new stadium for quite some time yet. But there we go. There's a new bit of exciting information for you. A brand new stadium before we take on West Brom, which really is the pinnacle of football. Obviously, we have a strong start to the game. We played well against Chelsea and we have a strong start against West Brom. Chances like that come across and we're narrowly just not scoring goals. We're very unlucky not to score some goals. And here you can see a fantastic opportunity coming towards us as we nearly get the ball in the back of the net multiple times around the area. But we recycle possession well. That's what we're doing very well. We recycle the possession really well and we create chances for ourselves in this game. And West Brom, as you can see on the table on the left-hand side of the screen, they're down in 16th. They're in a relegation battle. There's no way they should be beating us. We should be all over West Brom like a rash. We should be taking the game to them. We should be beating them. We should be creating all the opportunities and scoring 4, 5, 6 goals in this game maybe. Something like that. That would work out really well for us, wouldn't it? Don't worry, I tried to change formation to see if it would help things out, and actually I reckon this could work for us. We've got a real good side ahead of us, and I think that we could change formation and score some goals. 2 strikers is better than 1 striker, surely. So that should work out really well for us, shouldn't it? Or should it not? Why can I not play this game? Why can we not beat West Brom? It's only West Brom, and then we lose it 2-0. You hate to see it. Then I do a really bad team talk. And quite frankly, the whole episode has been a disaster. First of all, I can't record audio properly. Second of all, we can't beat Chelsea in the FA Cup. Third of all, we lose 2-0 to West Brom, who are in a relegation battle. And then fourth of all, I can't decide who to play for next episode, despite there only being 5 games left in the season. Eventually, though, I settle on just playing Watford in the next episode to then try and take you through some team stats and tell you which players I want to sell and which players I want to buy next season and that kind of thing. So you've got that to look forward to in next episode. Slightly less of the me tragically trying to commentate over some games and more of some maybe actual real Football Manager talk. So thank you for watching. It's been a disaster, but I'll see you tomorrow.